In the heart of a bustling metropolis stood the gleaming headquarters of Sterling Enterprises, a testament to the ambition and success of its CEO, Julian Sterling. Julian was a man carved from ambition, his days a whirlwind of high-stakes deals and boardroom battles. He moved through the world with an air of untouchable authority, his designer suits a shield against the mundane realities of everyday life. He believed he had earned his place at the top, and in his mind, the world was a simple pyramid with him at its apex. One crisp Tuesday morning, Julian strode into the opulent lobby of his building. He was on the phone, barking orders, his voice echoing off the polished marble floors. A crucial meeting with international investors was just minutes away, and a multi-billion-dollar merger hung in the balance. As he navigated through the morning rush, his sharp eyes caught a sight that made him stop dead in his tracks. There, in the center of the lobby, a janitor was struggling with a large, overflowing trash bin. The janitor, an older man with kind eyes and a weary posture, accidentally tipped the bin. A cascade of coffee cups, crumpled papers, and food wrappers spilled across the pristine floor. A collective gasp went through the lobby. Employees froze, their morning chatter silenced. Julian's face contorted with fury. "What is this incompetence?" he boomed, his voice cutting through the silence. He ended his call abruptly. He marched over to the janitor, who was now, frantically, trying to scoop up the mess with his bare hands. "Look at this disaster. Is this what I pay for? Utter incompetence." In the middle of my lobby, the janitor, whose name was Arthur, looked up, his face flushing with shame. "Sir, I'm so sorry. The bag, ... It just tore. I'll clean it up right away." "Right away isn't good enough," Julian sneered, his words dripping with contempt. "I have investors arriving any second. What kind of impression does this make? Do you have any idea how much money is at stake today? More than you'll ever see in your entire lifetime." He kicked a stray coffee cup, sending it skittering across the floor. "Get this cleaned up and get out of my sight. I'll have security escort you out." "You're fired." Arthur's eyes widened, a flicker of panic and hurt in their depths. "Sir, please, it was an accident. I need this job." Julian just scoffed, turning his back on the man. "That's not my problem." He gestured to two security guards. "Get him out of here." As the guards moved towards Arthur, a distinguished-looking man in an impeccably tailored suit stepped forward from the crowd of onlookers. He had been standing quietly by the entrance, observing the entire scene. This was Mr. Kenji Tanaka, the lead investor Julian was so desperate to impress. "Mr. Sterling," Mr. Tanaka said, his voice calm but firm, carrying a distinct accent. "Perhaps we should postpone our meeting." Julian's head snapped around, his anger momentarily replaced by confusion. "Mr. Tanaka, my apologies you had to witness this. This unprofessionalism. We can proceed. The boardroom is ready." Mr. Tanaka shook his head slowly, his gaze shifting from Julian to Arthur, who was now being led away by the guards. "No," he said. "I don't think we can." He then did something that stunned everyone in the lobby. He walked over to Arthur, bowed deeply and respectfully, and began speaking in fluent Japanese. Arthur's face, a mask of astonishment, responded in the same language. The exchange was brief, but filled with a warmth and respect that stood in stark contrast to Julian's tirade. Mr. Tanaka then turned back to a bewildered Julian. "Mr. Sterling," he began, his English now laced with a cold precision. "The man you just fired, the man you humiliated in front of your entire company, his name is not just Arthur. His full name is Arthur Tanaka." A wave of murmurs rippled through the lobby. Julian's confident smirk faltered. "Tanaka? What are you talking about?" "He is my father," Mr. Tanaka stated simply. The words hung in the air, heavy and damning. "My father sold his small but successful business in Japan years ago to give me the best education possible. He wanted me to have opportunities. He never did. He moved here with me, and when my own business took off, he refused to sit idle. He said honest work, no matter what it is, keeps a man humble and grounded. So he took a job here as a janitor. He never told me which company, only that he enjoyed the simplicity of it." Mr. Tanaka's gaze was like ice. He wanted to see the company I was about to invest in, to see the man I was going into business with. "He came in early today, hoping to catch a glimpse of his son's new partner. He paused, letting the weight of his words sink in. My father believes that a person's true character is revealed not in how they treat their equals, but in how they treat those they perceive to be beneath them. Julian's face had gone pale, the color draining from it as if a plug had been pulled. The multi-billion-dollar merger, his reputation, his entire worldview, it was all crumbling around him. He looked at Arthur, now standing beside his powerful son, not as a janitor, but as the patriarch of the very family he had sought to win over. The shame that Arthur had felt just moments before was now Julian's, 1,000 times more potent. My father taught me that a business built without compassion is a house built on sand, Mr. Tanaka continued, his voice resonating through the silent lobby. It may look impressive for a time, but it will not withstand the storm. Today, I have seen the foundation of your company, Mr. Sterling, and I find it to be unstable. With a final, disappointed look at Julian, Mr. Tanaka placed a supportive hand on his father's shoulder. Come, father, let's go home. As the father and son walked away, leaving Julian alone in the center of the lobby, the spilled trash seemed like a monument to his own arrogance. He was surrounded by his employees, the very people he led. Yet he had never felt more isolated. The silence was deafening, broken only by the quiet hum of the building that bore his name. For the first time, Julian Sterling understood the true cost of his pride. He had gained a fortune, but had just lost something far more valuable. An opportunity built on character, respect, and humanity. And in that moment of profound humiliation, a long overdue lesson finally began to sink in. The road to rebuilding his character, he knew, would be much harder than building any empire. Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing for more stories that make you think.